Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical and welcome back to another episode of ComicCraft on the ComicCraft server. We're over here at the cooling towers and we're working a little bit words are hard. We're going to be working a little bit here today on getting the area for our future storage system mined out. I want to try and start getting all of our chests and stuff out of the way. As well as we're going to be heading over to spawn and connecting up a portal there because I realized last episode after we did all of this. So if you missed it, quick recap. All of the tunnels were kind of all like this. Basically everybody's bases were connected up by just these bridges and they were just going all over the place. So we spent last episode connecting all the portals that I could find. So it was my base, E12 Incorporated, Brawnzy, Doll, Chosen, and the End Portal portals. And so now we have like a nice little thing here, but while doing that I realized that spawn doesn't actually have a portal set up at it, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that today, as well as scope out a location for a potential future shop we will get into a little bit later. But let's over to E12 Incorporated, which is way back over here, because, that was weird, we are going to be working on getting our chests kind of out of the way and getting the walls in place for the upper floors. So, if you remember, 2 episodes ago, we were able to finish up most of E12 Incorporated. And if you've missed this, this has been kind of our really big project lately. And we've got most of the building in place now. But as you can see, all these floors are empty. So we're starting to put in the office spaces for those. And if we head upstairs, up the spiral staircase, which I kind of regret doing a spiral staircase because it takes long to get up, but I digress. We need 2 walls on each floor here and here. Now, originally I was going to do that light gray concrete powder, but looking at this, I was like, that is way too much gray. The windows, the floor, the ceiling, the walls, they're all gray, and it's all the same shades of gray. It's too much. Get rid of it. Get out of here. We're not doing this. What we're doing instead, as you can see, is we're going to be putting in some white concrete powder. So I'm hoping this will kind of lighten up the room just a bit. And kind of make it maybe feel a little bit bigger too. But basically we just need one of these on each floor because we're going to have a staircase here. And then each side of this is an individual office, as we've discussed previously. All of our chests and our portal and everything as well, we need to get those out of the way. I'm actually going to turn this furnace around like that so that we don't see it. So we're going to be putting that in here. This portion of the building is actually not going to be in use right now. So until we find a use for it, we're going to use this as kind of like our, I guess our base of operations where we store all of our stuff. So I got to get all of that in place. I'm going to go ahead and get that done and then we will check this out. I'm kind of doing all this in preparation for, I think next episode, we're going to actually get our office set up and maybe some of the lobby as well. And then that way we can let the other 3 members that are going to be making bases here, or making offices here, that they can go ahead and get theirs going, because they've been waiting quite a while on me to get this build done, but it is a rather massive project. So this is kind of what this is going to look like. You can kind of get an idea here of how this is going to be wrapped in now. Obviously, lighting is something we need to work on still as well, but I'm going to kind of base the lighting on how each room is designed, so I'm not really worrying about that at the moment. Let me get these walls and these staircases in and let's check out how this looks, and then we're going to head back over to the cooling towers and start mining out that area that we need for the storage room. Okay, so we've got the walls in place and I think they definitely make the rooms pop a little bit more. Also, once we get some of the lighting casting up on it and get rid of the shadows, it'll look a lot brighter in both of these sections. You can see it looks a little better over here because it's kind of more properly lit. I also went with quartz for the stairs to get these white as well. I don't know if I'm a fan. I don't like the, specifically this transition from this to this is so harsh. I think I need to either outline it or go with smooth quartz or something. I'm not entirely sure what would make this better. But the important thing is we have walls dividing each of the offices, so we can actually tell the other, we can tell Doll, Brawnzy, and Chosen that they can start decorating their offices. They just have to be a little bit careful of this, and I need to adjust this slightly because the staircase doesn't go all the way up. But let's head down. I think I'm being followed. I am being followed. Hey, oh, I don't have my arrows on me. Ooh, I need to pick those up. So, we have a bit of an issue we need to fix. And this has already almost killed me once, because I didn't bring my rockets with me. I put a bunch of my stuff in here when I was transferring items so that I'd have more inventory space, and then I forgot to pick all of it up. So I was without arrows or rockets or anything that I needed to have for this journey. So I've moved the portal. Obviously it was over there, and we set up our portal last episode to be in a specific location. Did this generate on top of... That is incredible. I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen before. It generated as part... Also, it added netherrack there. I wonder what that's about. I wonder if it added that, or if that was part of the landscape here. There's also blocks here. Okay, so what we've got to do, that's where the portal should be. I think what we're going to have to do, actually, I need to do is cut that netherrack. Let's gather some of this. Let's actually gather a ton of this. Okay, that should be good. And we're going to... What's the best way to do this here? We're going to collect this. 33. Okay. Or, I guess this is 35. Okay. So, let's collect some of this obsidian real quick. And we got to move that portal down there to 35. I've never seen that before, though. That's crazy. It generated the portal on top of itself. I didn't even know that could happen. I mean, I guess it's like completely random, so I'm sure it just overrode the obsidian that was there before. I don't think it knew that there was obsidian there, but it is kind of cool that it stacked it. I wonder if I made another one, if it would have stacked on top of that one. Probably not. It probably would just have moved to the side a little bit. Okay, so let's remember 35. So we're going to go down here. What is in the wall? Oh, there's a llama there. Okay, that's fine. So, what are we at? 49. Wait, what? Oh, we're going down. That makes sense. This is just a little sneak peek of what I was doing last episode. I'm going to get rid of these coordinates off this. Oh, no, I have to have them. 38, 37, 36, 35. So the portal needs to actually be here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. And then, before we get rid of that other portal... No, why did I do that? Before we get rid of that other portal, I'm going to go ahead and light this one and go through it and see if it properly links to where I need it to go. What? Why? Why am I over here? What is this? What is this? What? No. Okay. All right. I'm actually not going to include you on this adventure because it's going to require me doing math, and I'm not doing math on camera. I absolutely refuse. So we're going to head back over. We're going to go ahead and jump to a time lapse. We're going to start mining out the area for the chest room over at the cooling towers, but I'm going to get this portal fixed. I'm really not sure what's going on. It put me there, so I don't know why putting the portal there didn't come back here. Actually, before I go, what does this do? What? What? All right, I'll figure this out off camera. Go watch the time lapse before I get angry at this. All right, well, with those time lapses done, and as we sleep on the top of the cooling tower, let's head down to check out the room, or I guess rooms now that we've cleared out. So, yes, as you saw there, I did eliminate the furnace room that we've had up above. I didn't really feel like it matched the style that I was going for here, and I've been kind of bothered by it for a couple of weeks now, so I decided finally just to go ahead and tear it out. We'll design something else up there at a later date, but let's focus on this. So, we're not going to be building the storage room today. That's probably going to be episode after next, maybe next episode. We'll see how things go. But I want to kind of talk about how the layout of this is going to go. So, we're going to kind of have two floors at the front here. There's going to be kind of an upper floor with about 40 rows of chests. That's going to be for kind of more common items. So, you know, general building material like brick and stuff like that, and items that we use a lot, such as certain dyes. And then down here, sorry, my brain kind of just stopped there. Down here, we're going to have kind of the less common items. So, you know, flint, eggs, blocks that we don't use very much. Basically anything that we're not going to need to access very often is going to go down here on this lower floor. And there will be about 40 chests up above, so 20 on each side, and same on the bottom. So there will be about 80 chests up at the front here, or rather 80 rows of chests up at the front here for all of that. Once you get about here, I think this is about 20 or so, once you get about here, there's going to be 10 slots on each side of very tall chest towers. These are going to be for our bulk items, so we're going to have, you know, cobblestone, andesite, diorite, dirt, netherrack, all those type of things that we get an absolute ton of are going to go back here because we're going to need a lot of storage for those. And then anything that doesn't fit in those 100 chests that we're going to have now is going to go in a manual storage system back in another room somewhere. I haven't worked that out yet. I don't know how many other items we're going to have. I know there's going to be a lot of stuff. Like, obviously, for instance, we might put, like, poppies and dandelions up here, but you know, the orchids aren't going to need their whole row of chests on their own, so those might go back here. That kind of stuff is kind of the idea. Another thing that I want to do with with every chest, actually, is I want to have a hopper. So let's say I don't have chests on me, so I can't explain this. But let's say there's a tower of chests here, and then right down here, that was way too many blocks, there's a hopper. This hopper is pointing into this open slot here. And the reason I want to do that is I want to be able to walk up with a shulker box and place it down here and have whatever's in here just filter into this and fill it up. So let's say I know I'm going to need stone for a future project, or I need a lot of blocks. So I come over here, I place down a shulker box, I let that fill up, I walk away and work on gathering other materials, and then when I come back, I go like, okay, pick this up, I have a full shulker box of stone now, and it just filed out of our massive chest wall here. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be a fun way to kind of do that. I've seen some people do some pretty crazy ones where they've got like every item in the shulker box like preset. So you'd have like one of those, one of these, and then they have hoppers funnel all of them in. I'm not going to do anything that crazy. I think we're just going to have the one shulker box for each thing. But I think that'll be a pretty cool way of like not having to always come over here and like empty all the cobble out into a chest every time we need it. I think that'll be a lot more efficient. Now, we're going to head over to spawn, but on our way there, I need to get a sign because I put the portal to spawn and I forgot to label it, I realized. So I want to grab one of these real quick. But I wanted to discuss something as we were on our way over there. Here we go. Oh, hey, there's a sign right there. We'll just take that one. I want to discuss something while we're on our way over there. As you could see during that time lapse, I had a bit of kind of world clipping going on. Basically, what I use to record my time lapses is a spectator account, which basically it's another Minecraft account that I own, but it's set into spectator mode so that I can kind of have it flying up in the air, looking down on whatever I'm building. That is the first time I think, though, that I've ever used it to see through the world, and I wasn't doing it for the sake of seeing through the world. I just thought it would be a cool way to like record the time lapse. Let's say spawn, and then I'm gonna move the sign that says critical from Brawnzy's base to there, so that this sign's more accurate. I I was just doing it for the sake of, I thought it'd be a cool way to record the time lapse, but I realized that anyone who's watching, you may be like, you can see through the world. That is the case with any, critical. That is the case with pretty much any recording thing that you do. Like, obviously, a lot of people use replay mod. Replay mod does the same thing. If you can record the time lapse and look at it later, and you're going to see through the whole world. It's not really avoidable when recording cool time lapses like we tend to do. That being said, we're not allowed to clip through the world, or we're not allowed to X-ray, rather. So while I did clip through the world and I could see a bunch of caves and stuff, I'm not allowed to use that to my advantage, right? Like, and for another thing, Minecraft's not really a game that you need to do that. And it's not something that I want to do. It's not allowed on the server. I don't really care to do it. I don't like this. I don't like what this is doing. I feel like I've made it worse. Hold on. Oh boy. This is the problem with fixing things. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Yeah, anyways, though, I'm not going to ramble on about it very long, but I just want to let you guys know I don't use that to, like, get to anything or anything. That is simply for time lapses, and I'm not going to use it for anything else. So I just want to make that pretty clear. But we're over here at Spawn. There's only one building right now. This is a slime shop that Brawnzy is working on. I don't think there's anything inside. No, there's not. Not quite done yet, but as you know, if you saw a few episodes ago, but I'm going to recap real quick in case you didn't, Brawnzy and I got together and kind of discussed how Spawn's going to work, and basically each person on the server, and I think we discussed this with everyone later as well, and that was kind of the agreed upon thing, each person on the server is going to get a road here that they're going to build, right? So let's say, for example, I get assigned the medieval road, right? So I would build like a medieval road. I build medieval lampposts and park benches and sidewalks, and all of that kind of stuff would be under my jurisdiction. And I'd basically leave plots for people to come build in. And they could come over and they could build like a medieval building on the medieval road. All I have to do is design the actual road and stuff. And every single person on the server is going to get a road. So let's say Lindsay wants to do a modern road, or Doll wants to do like a fantasy theme, or Brawnzy wants to do kind of like an industrial theme. Like, each person's going to have their own section, but anyone can build off the edge of that road once it's built. I have an idea that I want to try to do. I don't know what our theme is yet, but I think what I want to do is I'm going to build a road. I'm going to buy all the plots along that road, or almost all the plots along that road, right? So we basically have to pay 1 diamond block per chunk of land, and I'm going to go ahead and buy all the plots along the side of my road. Then we're going to go ahead and build buildings on them and sell them or rent them out to other people who want to have a shop. So let's say Lindsay wants to build a shop, but she doesn't have time to actually build the shop, or she just wants to sell the item. She can come in, rent one of the stores that I've already built on the road that we've built, and basically pay me to have a store that I kind of upkeep and I kind of manage. Obviously, all of the store profits would be hers. She owns all of that stuff. She just has to pay me, like a little bit of rent. I think this is a pretty good idea. I think this is a... hello, pig. I think this is a foolproof way of getting tons of money. And of course, we can't really make it seem, right? Like, I'm whispering here. I'm whispering to you guys. We can't make it seem like it's all us, right? So we gotta buy these under, like, anonymous names, right? Like, maybe we buy the deeds, but we kind of buy the deeds under other people's names, like maybe we have Chosen come in and buy a couple, or Doll come in and buy a couple, and we kind of all buy up all the land, and then we sell it out. We'll come up with something. It's gonna be pretty fun. But that is a future thing. Next episode, we're gonna be finishing E12 Incorporated. We're gonna be getting the lobby and our office all set up so that we can move on with that project. And then we'll be kind of freed up to work on the cooling towers area and work on some stuff here at Spawn. So I am pretty excited. But as the sun sets, so does this episode. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. I think on Saturday, which is tomorrow as of this going up, I'm probably going to do a live stream. So if you want to check out the live stream on the ComicCraft server here, be sure to follow me over on Twitch at Critical Prime 9 there as well. Link in the description to that too. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.